Hi, today I've got what you might call 2.5 real-world builds for you on the 8F Drafter. The car is based on the Audi A5, the sportier models at that, and pretty much the 2018 model. Well, I was hoping to pull together 3 or 4 builds for you today, but when you look into it, the car is not suitable for some builds. Cars like the S5 that I've pictured above, for example, they're too smooth at the front, they don't have any splitters and things that the car already has. It's too aggressive to build something like an S5. You need to go really right in there with the RS5, which means you've already hit the top of the tree. But don't worry, I did find another couple of builds as well, so let's crack on. There will be a build sheet available both on the Discord to download and further in the video as a still frame to screenshot, so no need to try and write anything down. It's a very simple build for the RS5, as you'll see on the build sheet, hardly anything to do. The main thing is to pick some decent wheels. Now these are high-end solar and you can see they match quite well with the ones on the photo. But also some black multi-spoke wheels like this next photo are also quite common, and I think the Mercy wheels work well for that. So you could really pick either wheel. I went for Nardo Grey, for which I've given a crew colour, but you can also use classic rolled steel. I think it's quite a cool colour. When it started to become popular 10 years ago, I must admit initially I did think it looked like the car was painted in primer, but as the years have gone by I have mellowed to it. For further colour inspiration, just hit the internet, type in 2018 Audi RS5 and the world's your oyster. Now the RS5 is a pretty stunning car in the real world and something we would all be very pleased to own. But what if you want more than just an RS5? What if it's not enough? Well, you can go to a company like ABT, and ABT will make you the RS5R. Their recipe is to add a little bit to everything, so you get more power, you get better suspension, and you get a little bit of improvement to the body, a little bit of a body kit, including, you can see, canards on the front, which are sadly and maybe surprisingly not available on the in-game customization. For the colour I've gone for Sonama Green, which is a very popular colour for the RS5R on the internet. I've given a crew hex. You'll see it better later. This was shot in the evening, so I've had to brighten the footage somewhat so you can see things clearly. The rest of the build is on the build sheet. I do suggest the concave racer are probably the closest wheel to go for. Although the car is based primarily on a 2018 car as mentioned, I was a little cheeky with my 2023 garage tour, basing mine on a 2020 version. I don't think it matters too much when you consider the differences between the in-game car and the real car in looks anyway. And I went for another RS5R by ABT. I considered showing you a different colour, but the bulk of the photos I've seen of these are again in this Sonama Green, so I thought I'd just leave it in that green for you. The bulk of the build is in fact the same, the main change being I've used Sugoi Concave for the wheels. I think they work pretty well. Deep flake reverse is another possibility you could go for. I painted them in dark copper. Of course it's come out quite gold, and when I look back at some of the photos I'm thinking maybe one of the darker colours like bronze might work a bit better for these wheels. Coming up shortly is the build sheet, so have your screenshot finger ready or alternatively download it from the Discord. A general point from me about doing builds on this car: the 8F Drafter has a lot of customization available. However, not that much of it is suitable for the real world versions of the car. A lot of it is there to make the car look very otherworldly, maybe a race car. And that really is my only disappointment with this car, a lot of customization that I apparently can't use most of. Whilst this is not a review, I will just say I do really enjoy the way that this car drives. I think it's great fun, and it's of course made so much better by the fantastic noise you've been hearing in the background, and I'll leave a few seconds of that at full volume at the end. Episode 3 of Manufacturer's Catalogue will be the Lamborghini Huracan, and I have 5 versions for that one, so that should be good. Episode 4, which may be a bit further away, will be the Porsche 911, and again there's 5 versions for that one as well. If you've had any benefit or fun from this video, I would really appreciate a thumb to help me grow the channel, and if you like real cars in GTA, then by all means consider a sub. I think you'll find it's well worthwhile. Well, apart from a bit of engine noise, that's it from me, so thank you so much for watching.